Welcome to the final episode of this week of Limitless Trading. As we had said repeatedly, be very, very careful shorting oversold markets. We were defending 52.12. We defended 53.50. We defended 53.73. Everybody was trying to short to cover this gap, which may as well fill. But I said, guys, the three wise men here want to get out. The market's going to want to get them out. In seasonality, April is the second most bullish month of the year, second only to July. So May and I said we were going to be bullish into at least next Tuesday, maybe a small drop on Friday. By the time you see this with a Michigan sentiment report, and maybe inflation expectations, but at the end of the day, the market, because of the 90-day tariffs which aren't coming back, these guys want to get out. So the market is going to want to see 55.80, 56.30, maybe 56.84, but I think 56.30 gets everybody out. And then we can roll over and start basing out and doing our summer run. I tell everybody, you don't want to be buying at resistance. You want to wait for a back test. If you didn't catch the breakout where I said 5,400, take a long, and let's see if the 55.15 breaks out with also earnings that we're going to be bullish. Google hasn't had a bearish earnings in several years. So you want to be mindful that the pattern was showing bullish, right? This was compressing possible. I said, let's give the bulls an opportunity that this could be a bull flag. But if it rejects, to keep your short tight because we're very, very oversold. So now what do? If you're long, just keep running your stop loss. You want to move your stop loss very tight. 55.80, 56.30 is very, very strong resistance because that's where the three wise men can get themselves out of here. So I would just keep running stop. But you don't take longs here. Now you just sit and wait. Either a back test, if for example, if we gap up on Friday, then reject. Maybe take a short here carefully into the support line, the 54.50 area. If this line becomes support, then we're going to continue to ping pong and we're going to be off the races because the tariffs are done, no matter what POTUS says. The next pivot we're looking at is for FOMC, which is right around here on the 6th. So that Tuesday, we can be rejecting here the 56.30, right? And then come back down, test 5,400, and then just work our way up into the summer run. Typically speaking, from April to July 27th is all bullish. There hasn't been a bearish spring or summer since 2003. Can it end now? Yes, but that's 20 years, including Trump 1.0. It was bullish. So I go with trend, with seasonality, and with my levels. Now, what we're doing is we're just running stop loss on long. I want to be patient and see if 54.20 back test on May 6th. If not, do we have some sort of bad rejection where this all collapses and we get back to 52.12? Or at the very least, I have an alert set for the 53.35 area, the 53. Anything under 5,400, I have an alert set for that gap fill because it will fill. But again, we have a gap up here that's most likely going to fill first. I always tell everybody with futures, gaps will fill, but the upside fill way faster than the downside. Okay, even in a bear market, we're going to get these guys out, and then the market will start rolling over on whatever catalyst comes next. But one level at a time. On the smaller time frame, we're rejecting 55.30, which was a trend line that we had told you from 2 weeks ago, and then there's a little bit of resistance up here at 55.80. But we have an alert here for 55.65. I told people I don't like shorting when there's a gap up. I'm more likely to take support calls like here at 55.59, even though the gap hasn't filled, because we're more likely to go up, finish off April bullish, and then maybe give some of it back into FOMC. So next Tuesday, the 29th, should be a topping-ish pattern. Then the market will start cooling off into FOMC, in case, because Powell has been saying he's not going to cut rates, which he's not. If we get a rate cut, it's going to be in October when GDP goes negative. Not before that. But take it level by level. We're seeing some divergences. Let something cool off. Let at least 55.59 back test, if anything, or just set an alert, stay on the sidelines until you see an alert under 5,400, and then you start paying attention. Does the 5313, start covering into May? The next long we have is not till May 10th. And then we're probably going to stay long, and then we'll see less videos going into July, because again, we're just going to take one long position into mid to late July with intermittent videos to show you. But again, 5530 rejects, very, very tight short to possibly come down. If this turns out to be a cup and handle, we can retest something like the liftoff here at 5428, or the market can come down to 5387 and then lift off if it wants to turn this into a cup and handle. But again, we're selling our longs into resistance and then setting alerts, patiently waiting for some sort of back test of a support, because the market always comes home. Every time everybody tells me, well, it's never coming back, it always comes home. Market makers will take profits on some news, and then roll over, and then start the summer rally into July 27th. We don't see any big catalyst until after July 27th. So we're telling, I tell my Discord, we're buying longs, hedging smart, but we're buying all dips until July 27th and probably the entire summer. Market does not get bearish until after July 27th. So let a back test come in a level, or wait till, like we had said, 5530 was something we had said we were waiting for as resistance to either sell our longs or just take a small short into the first week of May, maybe May 2nd, or go as far as May 15th, just to cover, FOMC and Powell not cutting rates and not giving guidance. And obviously, Trump getting into a pissing match with the Fed chair. But if you like the content, subscribe, like, comment, Discord, or course below. Again, you don't have to join our Discord. We will show you the tools and the AI and all the stuff that helps us beat the market. It's about a 4 to 5 week course. We try to make it into 4 weeks, and we'll show you how to do this independently. Good luck.